Go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spin Right. This is Mars here. I'm here with my boys.
Petey.
Cal,
Thanks for the energy, guys. So today we're going to be
you
talking about
what are you talking
Sonic.
about? You normally say the names.
You forgot our names, everybody.
Yeah, yeah. We're sitting here like you forgot our names again. Okay.
Did not forget your names. So here we're talking about Sonic 3. We have a trailer. This is one of the hottest movies out right now. Selector, please play.
The movie is out right now.
Here we go. Showtime.
What is this den of madness?
Are you Detective Pikachu?
It does look like a Pokemon. Pika Pika.
Konichi, what? Get down.
It's time, Shadow. Finally, we will have our revenge. But what good is a dastardly plot if you can't conspire with family?
There's two Eggmen now?
Double your villains, double your fun. Any last words?
Nice magic marble, real scary. That actually is real scary. Great shot. Tom, Maddie, we need your help on a super... Knuckles, do you mind?
Oh, excuse me.
Tom, Maddie, we need your help on a super dangerous top secret mission.
We're in.
Are you ready?
We were born ready.
All right, boys, try and keep up.
Come on, Granddaddy-O. We've got dirt to do. With Shadow's power, we can rule humanity. When we're done, there won't be anything left to rule. That is dark.
Somebody better call Google Maps.
Life's all about the choices we make. Remember to listen to your heart. You're gonna make the right choice when it matters the most.
One headshot to another. Who does your highlights?
The more you talk, the harder I want to hit you.
This ends now.
Our destiny awaits. You were right about one thing. This ends now.
Mars put face on. I think he was happy to see Santa.
Santa?
He was happy to.
Wow, that's the last. Hey, so Peter, can you give us an explanation as to what you wanted to point out?
This is hot right now. The movie is big. This is the third installment. Usually on the third one, it gets Avengers was one of the third ones that hit really hard, or Batman Forever. But some third one movies have stalled the junior effort. This one is pretty big, but what they did between movies. Now, first I want to precursor. We always talk about the classic one, and I only watched Sonic with my sister when she was growing up, and she watched Sonic all the time. So I was around people who are around her age, and they have a hard time with this Sonic, like we have a hard time with comic book characters being changed. So I just want to bring that precursor. That's the feeling, because we've talked about it in some of our other episodes where we want the real thing. A lot of people who are in their 30s are like, we want the real thing, but they re-patterned this whole thing, put different actors, different characterization for this stuff. But I just wanted to point out that, Marvel Studios wanted to do TV that would lead to big movies. Now, Sonic did Sonic 2. They did the Knuckles show, which was pretty funny. I had an inside track to see the episodes. I cracked up in it. It's kind of like the way The Simpsons, that sort of humor, or Family Guy, that sort of stuff. So it had chuckles for me, stuff that kids can watch, and then chuckles for the adults. And then we have this thing that blew up. So if Marvel Studios want to do something, give them some efforts of some TV shows that work, that has something that works. If you're going to do a finished season, a finished season that works, that leads right into your third movie. like leads right into it. Not we're gonna get to it. Oh, you know what? The TV show didn't work. We're scrapping the whole thing. You know, make sure the TV show. But they only had to do. Was it Paramount? They was on. Was it on? It's on Paramount.
Paramount.
Yes, on Paramount. They had like basically one kind of this type of thing. A couple. I don't even know. I think, but this is the only one I know of. They didn't have 3 million superhero things going on. Make sure your things are tight, and then you get a successful movie outing. Your biggest of the franchise. So that's the only thing I want to point out. We can go into what you guys think of it, and if you recommend going to it from the trailer, passing it on to whoever wants it.
We don't pass it on to whoever wants it. We tell exactly who should be next.
You do.
Well, since you spoke, it's you, Mars.
Well, look, I think that Sonic has definitely been successful. I think its success, unfortunately, has been overblown to a degree, especially in the media.
Overblown? What does that mean?
It means that last week when it came out and it beat Mufasa, people were like, oh, it's the end
Killed
of
it.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But this week the numbers came in, and actually, while in the U.S., Sonic is definitely dominating, you have Mufasa's coming up strong. In fact, Mufasa is now
Okay, all right.
Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. Mufasa has now come and surpassed
You're trying to backdoor
in the whole
Mufasa
world.
into this?
So it just shows you that it's not necessarily something that is wrong. This is really like a family movie, more geared. I say more, whereas Moana is geared more towards girls. This is geared
What
more.
are you talking about? You bringing a bunch of other movies into this?
So I'm just trying to put some level, because people have been talking about like, oh, this.
Oh, you feel hurt that Sonic is winning the race. You're saying Mufasa, and you're putting two movies in. They're two turtles slowly catching up to Sonic. This is your.
Are you serious? Moana's made more than both of them already.
I'm
so
just
what are you
saying,
talking
why are you bringing these things up? I'm
just trying to say, because you're trying to bring Sonic and you're bringing in Sonic. I'm trying to put it in context for our listeners so they understand.
They're not doing a Mufasa TV show to do a Mufasa movie, or Moana TV show to do that movie.
We have we have not applied to Paramount, so there's nothing in there for them. So I'm going back to who we do have our paper with, Disney, with Moana and Mufasa, just to make sure they understand.
Be thinking that way. That's why we don't got a connection with them. Keep acting like that.
If we insult them, we ain't gonna be getting nowhere, Petey. What the hell's the matter with you?
I'm saying you treat them better too. Treat Paramount better too.
I'm not treating them bad. I'm just trying to make the record show.
You said you don't have to treat them good because you're not in with them. That's the point.
The Sonic trailer is a very enjoyable trailer, and it actually has me interested in looking at it.
Then why are you taking it to task for it not being Mufasa or Moana too?
Because I wanted to explain to the people the reason why we normally don't do the Sonic trailers. That we're explaining why this is happening, and it's happening simply because of what's going on here. Okay.
In the cartoon, Sonic was a superhero.
I'm saying I'm not knocking that, Petey. I'm just trying to say why it's happening here. Okay. But Cal would agree with me that clearly this is an obvious. It seems like a tight movie that's coming out. They seem to have their stuff together. But once I watch it, we'll see it. But the trailer comes off pretty well, and it's definitely encouraging me to see more. I'm only giving you what Cal will say too. So, is there anything else to say?
Cal?
Well,
I've seen the first two. I think it was the first two Sonic movies. The first one actually surprised me with how well it did, and I was like, okay, but I chalked that up to, well, this is the first movie. Sonic does have its fandom, no problem, and I knew that from selling Sonic comics. Sonic comic books, where I mean, he's still making comics, but the Archie run was really long. It was over 200 issues. So okay, great. What surprised me even more was when the second movie came out. That did really well. There was no slump or anything of that nature. It was like, okay, cool. And that's when wow, you got a really strong market for this particular character. And not just that, they're delivering. So where you normally have that sophomore jinx was like, people came out, I got my Sonic movie. I'm good. I don't need to see another one. People are like, no, we like what we saw. We want to see more. And they delivered on that. Then you had the Knuckles show, and then 3 comes out, no problem. I wonder if you talk to James Marston and say, "Hey, did you think one of the most successful franchises you would be a part of would be for a video game character?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I'm doing a lot better than I did as Cyclops and X Men. Definitely been treated with more respect."
God.
Yeah, so,
And
but
he
I was
gets
just
the
looking at it.
girl. He gets to keep the girl.
Yep, he gets the girl. He got Storm in this one. Okay, so we you keep looking at it. I'm like, okay, this is these guys are executing. The fans are coming back out. The amount of anticipation for this film started when they knew there was going to be a Sonic 3, and they've nailed all three films at the end of the day. So like, this is what you're supposed to do with the character. Okay, you want to make the jump to cinema? Okay, you make the jump to cinema. You do good on the first one because you already know you have an audience that's going to come out to see it, primarily younger people. And then what do? You keep building on that. You don't go Hollywood and say, well, the first movie was great. We had a lot of rings and and slapstick in that one, so we're going to intensify the slap. Like, no, you did that in the first one. You have to build on the story, and then you have the other characters that you can bring in. We're not going to try to force fit everybody and make those appearances meaningful. So when you bring in Knuckles or Shadow, it's meaningful to the people who understand what these characters are supposed to be doing. They've done a very good, if not excellent, job of that. So I'm not at this point now. I'm not surprised that they're reaping the benefits of having laid down a very tight foundation for this character and have continuously executed, a very good plan for this character as well. Good casting, okay, good casting in terms of the well, I don't really usually care too much about the humans, but good casting in terms of the human characters who they're going to be interacting with. So no problem over there, and they even worked that in as well. That's worked in. To the people who are like, I would prefer to see Sonic as he was, cartoon, that type of stuff. That's a hard one because, I didn't watch the cartoon, so I don't know exactly what the stark difference is, even if there is a stark difference at the end of the day. And my heart goes out to you with that, but my heart can only go so far because I didn't see it, and I don't know if they are, gutting the character like say they do with Spider-Man and that new animated series that they have coming out. So if he's still pretty much Sonic, which I'm going to have to say that he is based on what I know of the character from the video games. If he's still pretty much Sonic at the end of the day, and there's some nuances that are lost there, hey, I get it, I dig it, no problem, no argument from me on that. But this is overwhelmingly successful, and that's good for the character. So I hope that those people who are like, oh, this isn't quite, he's not, like the leader of the team. He's not really doing the superhero stuff. I can totally dig that, but this is overwhelmingly successful, and that is good for the character.
Right. Well, I want to go to. I think Mars got a little too upset over nothing. The way the news reports who's doing better is when the next movie comes out, and of course it's a new movie, it should do better than the movie that was already in there. The slant against the two just makes no sense right now. We don't know what the final numbers are, and at the same time, in looking at it right now, Mufasa has done decent, right? It's doing well, and
it's done better. It's done better. That's
not saying it was out a week before, and there's a trickled out thing, so we don't know where they're at right now. So
we know exactly where they are right now at the box office. Right now,
Mufasa one thing came out
$327 million worldwide, while Sonic Hedgehog has made $211.
But I'm saying to you, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm saying that you're getting too caught up in the thing of, hey, Sonic knocked Mufasa off of this. Why did Disney do Mufasa? When obviously we can see the numbers they did for Mufasa. We did nowhere where I was just talking about the process of doing a TV show, doing was it Sonic 2, which introduced Knuckles, doing a TV show with Knuckles, and then doing a next movie, and it come through.
Knuckles and Tails.
Okay, Knuckles and Tails. So you had Knuckles and Tails. You had then this is what you want to do with your if you're gonna try to plan out a TV show, but plan it out tightly. Not say here we got 3 or 4 TV shows, and then that sort of thing. That was the only reason why I was bringing this up. And it's a hot movie right now. There's a big buzz around it. Whether Mufasa is doing better.
I'm surprised, Mars. I would think that this is right up your alley. You know, this is big business. This is coming in. You got a character. You manipulate the character correctly. You build a franchise. You make all this money, and you're trying to backdoor Mufasa in here. I mean, you're like the hyena in the first movie. Mufasa, Mufasa.
Yo, you're crazy. No, I just wanted to just point out a fact that people are. I think both movies are fine perfectly. Probably they may be cannibalizing what one of both of them seem to be very similar. Probably they're cannibalizing what they would if they've been allowed to come at different times. But
Similar how?
huh?
Similar how? How are they?
Similar how they're
How?
both strong. They both have male lead characters, animation, 3D. They're very similar. I think that male
So
leads, especially
that's like saying that.
if
But
they if they
that's like saying they're both movies.
no, that's not. It's like you have Moana, which has a female lead, a kid, family. I think it's different. You can gear your movies differently to things. Like you're trying to make it sound like you can have two horror films, but they can have one targeted more towards women, one targeted more towards men. It's two different films. They're different. But these are
And
very
so is
similar because you
but
have two
so is
very strong.
so is
Mufasa is part
Mufasa.
of a series, a franchise,
So is
and you have Sonic
Mufasa.
part of a franchise.
But so is Mufasa and Sonic.
That's what I just said. That's exactly my point. That I
What?
think they would have done better independently at different times as opposed to coming both out at the exact same time. I don't know why the studios do things like that.
I
That's
don't
another
understand.
good point.
What's the number? But wait a minute. What? I don't understand what doing bad is or doing better is anymore. Because these movies go on to make tons of money. They go on to make tons of money, and everybody's like, "Oh, I didn't do this." I'm like, "What? How much money do you need to make?"
$1
You know,
billion.
No,
you look at the
not
budget. You
happening.
look at the no. You look at the budget. If what was the rule? You doubled your budget. That was a successful. That was a successful film.
Yeah.
Now it becomes $1 billion, and not every film is going to do $1 billion. That's just ridiculous.
Well, that's what they want, bro.
I'm certain that's what they want, but it's unrealistic, and they know that these tentpole movies, these bigger movies that they want to do, no, okay, it's not going to do $1 billion every time. And if you don't even something like Mufasa, you can't even say this movie will do $1 billion because you don't know what the ceiling is on this movie. You know what the ceiling is on The Lion King. Okay, you know what the ceiling is on Aladdin, but you don't. If you decide to do, oh, we're going to do the Return of Jafar, you don't know what the ceiling is on that based on Aladdin. You know what Aladdin can do for you. You don't know what this prequel, okay, or this sequel is going to do at the end of the day. You're just doing it because the primary film was successful. With Sonic, okay, one of the things that they do have to contend with is this is the third film in a franchise that people were looking forward to. However, from the numbers you're saying, Mufasa is doing just fine. But this whole thing of this, again, this is where people don't understand what the word good means anymore. They only understand excellent and terrible. Okay, what's good? What's good for, if you're saying $1 billion? Like, no, there's no way you're telling me $1 billion is good. That's excellent. Good has to be because we don't have comparatives anymore. So there's no good, there's no better. This is best. It's either best or worst. That's not a good place to be when you're doing these sorts of things, especially when you have successful film franchises, or rather, you have a successful film franchise in Sonic, and you have a successful film in Mufasa. When you have a lot of these films that are struggling to gain, the type of audience that they had before COVID. So you would think that these guys are like, okay, good, we're on the right track. We're pulling people out. We just got to just keep this up, build some momentum at the end of the day. And it's like, no, okay, you got to stay away from these internet detractors and so on, and really look at some meat and potatoes numbers, okay, and how you're going to do proper business. Because they spent too much time on the internet getting gaslighted by all these people following these guys around thinking they were going to make money, and all they did was just chase the phantom. Are you successful? What was your budget? Have you doubled it? Okay, we're doing good numbers. Hey, we did, the movie was successful. If it made $1 billion, great. The movie would have been very, very successful. If that's not the case, we still don't have any problem. So for either one of these films. So the whole idea of, well, we should have released it here, we should have, no. That type of second guessing just turns you to the Democratic Party. You're doing good, you're doing good.
No, I don't think you quite understand, bro. It's like you can't have two very similar products come out at the exact same time and expect to do extremely
Are
well.
you kidding? That's what they keep doing.
What do you
keep doing
see?
it.
That's what he's
I
talking
don't know
about.
why they keep doing it, but I'm just saying that
Do
you
you
got
want
to
to
think
do
about it for a while.
well?
It's like why you
Do you
had
want
like
to do
the whole
well, or
thing.
do you want to
Hold
do
on,
extremely well?
Cal, you just had a whole big long thing. Can I respond or say something? Okay. what I'm saying is that you can't have, it's like when you had the Oppenheimer and Barbie, you have two different products. Now, if you would have had two products, the exact same, Barbie and Barbie 2, you probably wouldn't have done quite as well. But you have to have some type of differentiation with the cars. These two products, and that's what they are. Let's call it what they are. Sonic and Mufasa are very similar. Of course, so but they both have fandoms and they both have been around for a bit, you know. And I think that they kind of, like, again, they all have male leads in terms of the characters, and I think it kind of like bounced off of each other. They didn't do, you're right, not excellent, and I think they were hoping they would be excellent. But I think it's a waste of money when they do things like that. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're going to watch the Christmas," but it probably would have been better for them to do like when Mario Brothers came out in April or something like that, when another superhero movie came. So, but that's something for them to really look after it. We should be really focusing on, did we like the trailer or not, right? That's the question at the very end of the day. Petey, did you like the trailer? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Cal, did you like the trailer? The answer.
No, what I like, I think Cal kind of hopped over it. Is what was it? Like, he not only got the woman, he got Tika Sumner. Kudos. 3 movies with her, and she's in the TV show. I'm totally with the trailer. Yes.
Who are we talking about?
Tika Sumner.
Who's that?
All right, you're out. The black card is gone. The black card. The picture's there. She's on camera. She's on camera right now. I put it to that.
I'm not that familiar with her. I'm sorry.
You're out.
Yep, you're out.
Yes, I like the trailer. Yes, and we got Keanu Reeves. We have Idris Elba doing the voices of Knuckles. We have
I know who Idris Elba is.
What was it? Keanu Reeves is doing Shadow. I think that Shadow is the character.
Who Keanu Reeves is.
Oh God, that's all right. But anyway, yeah, I'm a yes. Cal, since Mars is forgetting our names, is that a yes for you? Okay, then yes for you. What about you, Mars? Okay.
I didn't realize we were starting to turn the show into just a, hey, did you like it? Yes. Okay. See you guys later. Spin a wreck out. I thought we got to actually do some commentary on it. You know, especially after somebody tried to backdoor Mufasa into this and now wants to run away from it. You started it.
Well, we know we do have to talk about something. The spider, the Man of Steel spider destroying the Earth.
Where did you see that?
You didn't see the thing that's destroying the Earth in the trailer? I just showed it, but here we go. So this thing goes up in the air. It's cutting through the Earth like Man of Steel was cutting through Metropolis, almost destroying the Earth. And then after this, there it is. The Man of Steel spider.
Don't see it, Petey. Sorry.
You remember Man of Steel?
Yeah, I remember Man of Steel, and I remember that. What is it? That spermsicle spider looking thing? Yeah, I remember it.
There we go. That was shooting right into the planet. So if it doesn't work for what's her name and destroyed Earth, come on. But anyway, that's the only thing I can say. I don't want to see the Earth being destroyed, but at the same time, somehow it's going to get fixed soon after. Hopefully they just destroy a different realm and not the regular planet, and they're able to reverse everything. But they're going, the stakes are up. They're putting the money into this thing. It's crazy.
Okay, so hey, if you like what you heard, comment, subscribe, give a thumbs up. Spin rack.
Well, we're definitely out.
Petey and Cal.